Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host Larry, and today we're going to be talking about how to not only copy an object, in this case I'm going to copy these three random shapes, but how we can also steal or copy their exact shadow the way that it is right now. So to do this, I'm going to copy this layer a couple times. We have plenty of layers. I'm going to select the top layer, and I'm going to select the magic wand tool. Any selector tool will do. I'm going to use the select subject button at the top of the screen, and I'm going to select these three objects. In this case, it's just the lazy way because it's, letting the computer do it for me. And then I'm going to put this in its own mask by clicking the little square with a hole in it to make a layer mask, so that now when I turn off these other layers, we just have our three objects. But to really give them that feeling of being a three-dimensional object, we still want that shadow. Now, yes, we can use tools that are built into Photoshop to generate a new shadow, but that generally doesn't look as authentic as yoinking the existing shadow. So we're going to do that. To do that, we're going to select our layer mask for the top layer so that it does the selection on our objects again, and then we're going to select the middle layer, and then we're going to modify and contract this by like 10 pixels. So what we're doing is we're going to chop out the objects below this so that when we copy the shape of this below image, we only have the shadow and we have removed the objects, the original objects. So we're going to hit delete, and you'll notice that now we just have the outline and the shadows, but not the objects. Now in between the shadow and the objects, we're going to create a solid layer by clicking on this half circle to create a new solid. So a solid color here at the top. And I'm going to make that black. Technically, you can make it any color you want. That's just generic shadow color. Oh, and I'm also going to, before I do that, I'm going to deselect. I kept it selected, and that messed things up. Don't select anything. You can select the layer, but don't have any like active selection on the screen. Then create a new solid. And again, I'm just going to make it black because that's generic shadow color. And then we're going to take this empty mask, and we're going to imprint the shadows, the original shadows, on that empty mask. So to do this, we're going to go to Image, and we're going to apply an image to that empty mask. So make sure your mask is selected. So select this big white square on this layer, and then go to Image, Apply Image. And here we can pick which one of these layers we want to select to apply to that layer. So we actually want to select, in this case, Color Fill 1 is not the one. We want Layer 0 Copy. And that's going to select and apply the original image and all of the shadows that are on it. And we're going to hit OK. So now we have stolen the original shadows, and if we turn off our original copy of this with the hole cut out of it, and we create another solid color, and we make this like white, you can see that we've got the inverse of our shadows, which isn't quite what we want, right? So to fix that, we just select our mask that's supposed to be the shadows, and we hit Control-I to invert it. And oh my gosh, we have stolen the shadows. We have become the Shadow Master, or some weird anime nonsense like that. But the problem you're probably thinking to yourself is, Larry, that seems like too much shadow. Like, it looks like we've also stolen some of the texture from the original table that these objects were sitting on. And you would be correct. So to fix this, we're going to select that mask again, and we're going to hit Control-L to manually change the layers on just the mask. And we're going to take the left portion of this slider, and we can pull it over, and we're going to destroy some of those extra shadows. And the further you pull the left cursor on the dark side of the layers, or the levels edit window, I should say, to the right, the less of the shadows we're going to have, until you only have the immediate shadows right underneath of the objects, and you can hit OK. And now we can kind of experiment to see what that looks like under a bunch of different colors by just double clicking on the white color fill that we made. And you can kind of just see that we have successfully yoinked just the shadows immediately under it, although there is still some other texture in the background, which you could fix by manually editing this mask and erasing it with a brush tool. But that is, in a nutshell, how you yoink the shadows from another object by applying an image to a mask. This is really just about using the apply image tool, which I almost never see anyone use. I honestly, admittedly, never use it myself, unless for the rare occasion that you absolutely positively have to have the original texture with your shadow or something similar to that scenario. But it's there, and it's kind of a funky little tool to use to do different stuff. So that's it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a brief look at how to steal the original shadow and bring it with a copy of whatever object or image that you're copying. I hope you found this helpful. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.